agree.
Yeah. So that is kind of the distinction, correct me if I'm wrong, between the UR Academy and some of the other training providers out there. You've kind of got this more, I don't mean it in necessarily a kind of a spiritual kooky sense, but in a holistic sense, this kind of whole package model that you're focusing on health and lifestyle and all areas of wellness.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, essentially, we are still. I mean, this is what we need to. Everybody really needs to understand that across the UK, except for say the Czech Institute, who I know you do a lot of work with.
Yes.
Every training that you go to, be it Premier, YMCA Fit, Future Fit, Discovery Learning. Unique Results Academy. There are two main avenues of training that can be given. The qualifications are recognised by two main bodies, and that is either CYQ or it's gone out of my head now. Just gone out of my head. But it's CYQ. So we are delivering the CYQ initially level 2 in fitness instructing and level 3 in personal training. So the actual syllabus is kind of set across the industry, and the way that the different training providers deliver that syllabus and deliver the training and impart that knowledge on their learners is really what's different.
Okay.
There's other things that we do very differently. For example, within our training sessions, we have a maximum of 12 people in each class, which I think is really important. Whereby a lot of classes now, or a lot of training providers, you may have 20 or 30 people on a level 2 or a level 3 course together. Really is stretching. Obviously, you just know even from going to school, if you're in a class of 30 people and you're in a class of 10 people, that if you're in a class of 10 people, you're going to get so much more attention from the tutor, quality interaction within the group, and everyone gets more attention. So we're capping our class numbers at 12 learners. Also, the tutor team that Keith has put together, all of the tutors have many years of industry experience, both working in the industry as trainers and also teaching within the industry, and also life experience. A lot of the tutors are of a kind of a slightly older generation, where they have that experience, whereas some other companies almost recruit tutors from the courses that they're currently running, so you've almost got people tutoring courses who've actually got very little industry experience themselves. And really the main difference that I'd see between Unique Results Academy and other training providers is that our emphasis, in fact our vision really, is that we are creating exceptional trainers of people, not just trainers of fitness. So we're really looking at creating fitness professionals. They're actually training people primarily. They're training people in fitness, but they're not just fitness trainers. They're looking at how they can get the best out of the person in front of them in terms of understanding their motivation, understanding what turns them on, understanding what turns them off, understanding how they learn, how they best receive information. And all of this sort of thing we're going to give far more attention to, rather than just the physical, this is a chest press and this is how you operate it.
I wish you was around when I started. It would have been a much more comprehensive first couple of years in the industry for sure. So what you might have covered this already, but what do you want all of the future fit pros to know before joining the UR Academy that you wish you had known before you started in the industry?
Which is a fantastic question. I actually had a phone call with Keith Smith, my partner with UR Academy, just this morning, and we both had this discussion. And really, what Keith thinks and what I know to be true, and what I'm sure you know to be true as well, is that really the number one skill for success as a personal trainer or fitness instructor in the industry really is empathy, and it's actually knowing how to work with someone and to actually being able to understand where they're coming from. One problem that I see a lot in fitness clubs and gyms and health clubs and things is the kind of the trainer standing up, almost using themselves as an ideal and trying to impart their knowledge onto a client in terms of, well, this is what I want you to eat, A, B, C, D, and this is when I want you to eat it. This is the exercise I want you to do. And it's kind of this prescriptive nature of giving someone a diet and an exercise plan. And it's really so there's two main coaching models, I suppose, that you could break it down into. You've got a very transactional method of coaching, whereby you're literally saying, eat this, do this, drink this, sleep here, be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then you've got a transformational coaching methodology, whereby you're actually helping that person understand these things for themselves and almost find their own way or their own path or their own truth. And as humans, we're not actually very good at adopting lots of different things, lots of new things all at once. So rather than bombard someone with a host of a new lifestyle in a box almost, you have to help someone find their own way and introduce things very, very slowly. So I think really empathy is the most important thing, and realising that 90% of clients that you'll see as a personal trainer, and certainly going forwards if we start to bring in this 88% that are not currently engaged, really what they're going to need is confidence building and support on their journey to becoming more healthy and fit. And I think that is so important. It's not all about what's the best exercise for your quads or how can you improve your VO2 max. That sort of thing is not going to be important to the 88%. It's going to be confidence building, support, and having empathy for them and with them, and then holding their hand on the journey forward.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. It's almost like saying, well, rather than writing this kind of amazing exercise program that's got 30 different exercises on there, most new people aren't going to have the time or the inclination to do that yet. You kind of work with them, hold their hands, say, okay, let's master one. Let's get this one right first, and we'll move on to the next one, then we'll move on to the next one. And, oh, you're not comfortable with that one? So why don't we take you back a step, and then how can we help you feel more comfortable in the gym first? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's 100% it. And it seems very obvious to us because we've been in the industry for a number of years and we've worked with people hands-on and kind of learnt this from ourselves, but no one actually taught us this, essentially. And most people coming into the industry do believe that, the most important skill is you have to be able to write the best program in the world, but the best program in the world is only the best program in the world if someone actually does it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, you might as well have the worst program in the world. It's no better, because unless the person's actually embracing what you're saying and internalising it, and actually, you're prescribing things and you're coaching them in a transformational way rather than a transactional way, then they're not going to get the most from this funky, sexy, fantastic program that you've put together for them.
Yeah, that's right. And am I right in saying that it's something like 8 out of 10 newly qualified fitness instructors or PTs leave the industry before the first year? Is it something?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a high percentage, isn't it?